Um, just a question about local transport. I try to use, I do use buses. It's a bit of a headache. There's a lot of discussion in Leicester about local politicians not having any power over local transport. I see other cities where it seems like there is some involvement, or more involvement from the councils in having better local transport. And I wonder what your view is about how much power local government actually does have or can have, and what should we do to try and increase that or to help them with that?
Yeah, we want to bring local buses back under local authority control. Interestingly, the government, and this is an interesting example of the government actually being forced away from its own ideology because privatisation and deregulation has been so monumentally disastrous. I mean, when I talk and go up and down the country, often when I talk in meetings like this, and if I've been in a place through the whole day, there'll almost always be someone who I meet during the day who says, "I'd love to come to your meeting, but the last bus to my village is 5:30. And indeed, I think it was up in Yorkshire somewhere, a very brave person, the organisers at the start of the meeting said, "Oh, you know, Lucy over there, is anyone going her way? She caught the last bus here, so she doesn't know how she's going to get home." And that's no kind of transport system, and local buses are at the absolute foundation. So to pick up an issue of local relevance, the Green Party is opposed to HS2, you might know, a big rich person's railway that will focus money, resources and people even more on London. What we want to do is invest in local transport, and that starts with walking and cycling, the absolute basics, and then it goes to those local buses. And those local buses need to be coordinated, part of an integrated transport system, coordinated. One of the things I often find places I go is you arrive on the train and the bus left 5 minutes before and the next one's an hour later. Why on earth couldn't the bus arrive to meet the train? It's not rocket science. I was actually in a place outside Watford, and being the Green Party leader, I went to go and see if I could find a bus. And they said, well, the next bus is 2.5 hours. And it doesn't have to be like that. I went to what I wasn't expecting to be fascinating, but turned out to be a meeting about the Swiss railways and how the Swiss railways are run. And I sort of thought, oh, goody. But it's absolutely fascinating. In Switzerland, they have, like in London, you have the Oyster card that lets you get on any transport. Well, in Switzerland, they have like an Oyster card. And you can buy a fare for the whole year that will let you walk onto any bus, any train, any ferry, because it's Switzerland, even any funicular. You simply, when you have that pass, peak hour, non-peak hour, doesn't matter, there's always a seat. You simply walk out your door and get on public transport and go where you're going. And there's all the major train stations, it's timed, so lots of trains get in at 5 minutes past the hour and lots of trains leave at 5 minutes past the hour. So you've got a connection to wherever you want to go. That's a kind of model of what's possible when you link it all up together and bring it under local control. And let's run all of these transport services for the benefit of the passengers, not the shareholders.